Before we begin, make sure to subscribe. This is Echoes of War, where forgotten decisions shaped the fate of our world. It was a cold winter's night in 1961. Somewhere high above the sleeping fields of North Carolina, a B-52 Stratofortress, one of America's most powerful bombers, was falling apart. Inside its belly were two nuclear bombs, each 250 times more powerful than the one dropped on Hiroshima. And as the plane broke apart in the sky, one of those bombs armed itself. For a few terrifying minutes, the fate of the United States, and perhaps the world, hung by a single switch. The year is 1961. The Cold War is at its boiling point. The Berlin Wall is being built, the Cuban Revolution is spreading fear. And both superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, stand ready to destroy each other at a moment's notice. Nuclear bombers patrol the skies around the clock. Their mission, deterrence. Always airborne, always armed, to ensure that even if America were attacked first, it could strike back. These bombers were part of Operation Chrome Dome, a continuous airborne alert mission that kept nuclear weapons in the air 24/7. The logic was simple: if the enemy can't destroy your nukes on the ground, you'll always have a second strike ready. But this genius strategy came with a hidden danger. Every single flight risked ending the world by accident. January 24, 1961. B-52G, call sign, Keep 19. It takes off from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in Goldsboro, North Carolina. A routine mission, or so it seemed. 7 men on board. The plane carries 2 Mark 39 hydrogen bombs, each with a yield of 3 to 4 megatons. Enough to vaporize everything within a 15-mile radius. Hours into the mission, the crew notices something's wrong. A light flickers. Fuel pressure drops. A hydraulic line bursts. The right wing begins to tear. As the bomber fights to stay level, fuel leaks out into the night sky, thousands of gallons. The pilot, Major Walter Tulloch, radios for help. They're ordered to return to base immediately. But it's already too late. At 12 a.m., the massive aircraft begins to lose control. The wing snaps, and the bomber disintegrates. 7 men eject. 5 survive. 2 do not. And as the wreckage plummets toward the quiet farmlands below, 2 hydrogen bombs break free from the bomber's belly. They fall into the darkness. One bomb's parachute deploys, gently lowering it toward the ground. The other plummets straight down, burying itself deep into a muddy field. But what no one knows yet is that one of those bombs has armed itself midair. Each Mark 39 bomb had 6 safety mechanisms. Fail-safes designed to prevent accidental detonation. When investigators arrived at the crash site, they were horrified to find that 5 out of 6 had failed. Only one tiny switch had prevented a full-scale nuclear explosion. Had that last mechanism failed, a 4-megaton blast would have vaporized Goldsboro, and a radioactive cloud would have spread across the entire East Coast, reaching as far as Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and New York. The crater would have been over a mile wide. Hundreds of thousands dead instantly. Millions more poisoned by fallout. And all of it, caused not by war, but by a mechanical malfunction in a single bomber. When rescue teams arrived, they found pieces of the bomber scattered over miles of farmland. The first bomb, hanging from its parachute, was almost intact. Its arming switch had moved to the armed position. If it had received one more electrical signal, it would have detonated. The second bomb was buried deep in the swampy ground. Crews dug for days, searching for its uranium core. But they never found it. To this day, part of that bomb remains buried in North Carolina soil, sealed off by the U.S. government. Locals still joke that the most dangerous thing in North Carolina isn't the snakes, it's the bomb. But for those who know the truth, it's no laughing matter. In the aftermath, the U.S. government classified everything. The official report said there was no danger of nuclear detonation. But decades later, in 2013, a secret document was finally declassified. It revealed the shocking truth. That one single switch had prevented catastrophe. A scientist named Parker F. Jones, who analyzed the incident, wrote these chilling words. The bombs were one simple, low-voltage switch away from detonation. For 50 years, the world never knew how close it had come to ending itself. The Goldsboro incident wasn't the only near disaster. Between 1950 and 1980, there were over 30 nuclear accidents. Broken arrows, as the military called them. Each one a reminder that the deadliest threat to humanity is not always malice, but human error. The Cold War was a time when the world balanced on the edge of annihilation. And on that night in 1961, the world's fate hung on a tiny electrical switch. And a little bit of luck. History isn't made only by wars we fought, but by the disasters we narrowly avoided. If you believe stories like this should never be forgotten, subscribe to Echoes of War. Because next time, we'll uncover another moment when the world stood seconds away from destruction.